Have you ever really thought about time? It's the silent conductor of our lives, organizing everything from school bells to business hours. We divide our days into seconds, minutes, hours, allowing billions of people to coordinate across the globe. But before clocks, people looked to the sky, the sun for days, the moon for months, and the seasons for years. Ancient structures like Stonehenge were built to track these cycles. Humanity learned to measure the universe's rhythm, bringing order to life. Today, we have atomic clocks so precise they won't lose a second in millions of years. Yet for all our skill in measuring it, the real question remains: what time? That's where the adventure begins, into science and philosophy. Consider this. Let's embark on a journey through language and history, exploring how humanity has tried to define and understand one of the most mysterious forces in our lives: time itself. The words we use for time are more than just labels. They're windows into how we perceive the world, and how our ancestors made sense of the passing days and seasons. The English word time traces back to the Old English tima, which referred to a season, a period, or a limited span. It's a word that has evolved alongside our understanding of the world, adapting as our lives and societies changed. Interestingly, time shares roots with the word tide. Both words reflect the rhythmic cycles and natural patterns our ancestors observed in the world around them, like the ebb and flow of the ocean or the changing of the seasons. Across languages, the concept of time is universal, but the words we use reveal subtle differences in how we experience it. In Spanish, tiempo, and in French, temps, both come from the Latin tempus, a word that also means weather, hinting at the way time and the environment are intertwined in our minds. In German, Zeit carries its own history, echoing the idea of a period or era. In Mandarin Chinese, the word shijian is a combination of characters meaning hour and interval, suggesting that time is not just a flow, but a series of spaces between moments, an idea that shapes how people think about the past, present, and future. These words and their origins reveal how deeply cultures have linked time to the cycles of nature: the blooming of flowers, the changing of leaves, the rising and setting of the sun, and to the spaces between events that give our lives meaning. Language shows us that while time is a universal experience, our understanding of it is beautifully diverse. Each culture, each language brings its own perspective, shaped by history, environment, and tradition. For thousands of years, people have tried to capture the essence of time, through words, through art, and through the inventions that measure its passing, like sundials, clocks, and calendars. The variety of words for time across the globe proves that while our experience is shared, our perspectives are unique. Each word carries a story, a worldview, and a connection to the people who use it. In every language, the story of time is written anew, reminding us that even as the moments slip away, our words keep their memory alive. Beyond measuring time, philosophy asks, is time real or just a mental construct? Presentists say only the present exists, the past is memory, the future possibility. Eternalists argue all moments, past, present, future, are equally real, like slices in a loaf of bread. This block universe view suggests time's flow is an illusion. If the future already exists, do we have free will, or is everything predetermined? Some propose a middle ground, the growing block theory, where the past and present are real, but the future is open. Each idea offers a different lens on existence, but none are settled. Time remains a grand unsolved mystery for philosophers. Our experience of time is deeply personal yet universally puzzling. The debate continues, shaping how we see reality. What do you believe? Why does time seem to slip through our fingers when we're having fun, yet drag on endlessly when we're bored or waiting? It's a question almost everyone has asked themselves at some point, whether stuck in a slow-moving class or swept up in a joyful celebration. The answer lies in the fascinating difference between objective time, what clocks and calendars measure, and subjective time, which is how we actually experience each passing moment. Objective time is precise, standardized, and shared by everyone. It's the invisible thread that keeps society running smoothly, allowing us to coordinate, plan, and connect with others. But subjective time is deeply personal. It's shaped by our emotions, our focus, and the richness of our experiences. When we're fully engaged or feeling strong emotions, time can seem to warp, speeding up or slowing down in ways that clocks can't capture. Unlike a clock's steady ticking, our brains don't have a single central timekeeper. Instead, our sense of time emerges from a complex web of neural rhythms, body signals, and even our memories. In moments of excitement or danger, our brains process more information per second, making those moments feel stretched out and intense, almost as if time itself is slowing down. This is why, when we look back, two people can remember the same event so differently. Our unique perspectives, emotions, and attention shape how we store and recall time. Even though we all move through the same hours and days, each of us experiences the flow of time in our own way, colored by our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Recognizing this difference isn't just interesting, it's a key to understanding ourselves and others. It helps explain why some moments feel fleeting, while others linger in our minds. The clock may be relentless, always moving forward, but our experience of time is flexible, shaped by the stories we live and the memories we create. In the end, time is both a public reality and a deeply personal journey, one that's unique to each of us. To understand time scientifically, we turn to Isaac Newton. Newton saw time as absolute, a universal clock ticking the same for everyone, everywhere. Time, he said, flows equably without relation to anything external. It was the constant backdrop for all events, like a river flowing steadily. Newton's laws, built on this idea, explained everything from falling apples to planetary orbits. For over 2 centuries, this absolute time was the foundation of physics. It gave us a predictable, clockwork universe. But not everyone agreed with Newton's view. The idea of a master clock would soon be challenged and changed forever. The stage was set for a revolution in our understanding of time. While Newton saw time as absolute, Leibniz argued it was relational, just the order of events. Without change, there's no time. Time is simply the sequence of happenings. For Leibniz, time is like the frames of a film. No frames, no time. He debated Newton's supporters, insisting that time without events is meaningless. Later, Ernst Mach expanded this, suggesting time depends on the motion and matter in the universe. In an empty universe, time and space would be meaningless. The debate between absolute and relational time shaped science and philosophy for centuries. Leibniz's ideas lingered, waiting for a revolution. That revolution would come with Einstein. For centuries, we saw space and time as separate. Then, Einstein and Minkowski changed everything. Space and time are united as space-time. We live in 4 dimensions, 3 of space, 1 of time. To describe any event, you need both where and when. Minkowski showed that time is a dimension, woven with space. Einstein realized we all travel through space-time at a fixed speed, the speed of light. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. Time is not universal. It depends on your path through space-time. This shattered Newton's absolute clock forever. Einstein's theory of relativity shattered our old ideas about time. Before Einstein, most people believed time was absolute, ticking away at the same rate for everyone, everywhere, like a giant cosmic clock. But Einstein predicted something astonishing: time dilation. The faster you move, the slower time passes for you compared to someone standing still. This isn't just a quirky idea. It's a fundamental law of the universe. To picture this, imagine Alice staying on Earth while her friend Bob boards a spaceship and blasts off at incredible speed. As Bob zooms through space, his clock ticks more slowly than Alice's. For Bob, the journey might feel short, but for Alice, much more time passes. When Bob finally returns home, he's actually younger than Alice, even though they were born on the same day. This isn't just a thought experiment, it's a real effect, predicted by Einstein and confirmed by science. Time dilation has been proven using atomic clocks flown on airplanes and sent into orbit on satellites. These clocks tick at different rates depending on their speed and altitude, just as Einstein predicted. In fact, the GPS system in your phone wouldn't work without correcting for time dilation. Satellites orbiting Earth experience time differently than we do on the ground. If we ignored this, GPS would quickly become useless, with errors growing by kilometers every day. But Einstein didn't stop there. His general theory of relativity revealed another twist. Gravity itself can slow down time. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. This means that time runs a little slower at sea level, where Earth's gravity is stronger than it does on a mountaintop. If you lived your whole life at the top of a mountain, you'd actually age a tiny bit faster than someone at the beach. These effects are incredibly small in our daily lives, fractions of a second over many years, But with precise instruments, scientists can measure them. They're not just theoretical, they're real and observable. So time isn't a rigid, universal flow, it's flexible, stretching and shrinking depending on speed and gravity. The faster you go, or the closer you are to a massive object, the more time bends. There's no single universal clock ticking for everyone. Instead, there are countless local clocks, each one ticking at its own unique pace, shaped by its journey through space and the pull of gravity. My time can be different from yours, and both of ours can be different from an astronaut's orbiting high above Earth. Each of us experiences our own personal flow of time. The old idea of time as a rigid, ever-flowing river, Newton's time, is gone. Instead, time is personal, relative, and deeply connected to the fabric of the universe. The universe, it turns out, is far stranger and more wondrous than we ever imagined. Time itself bends and twists, shaped by the cosmos. Time bends to the very fabric of reality, reminding us that the universe is full of surprises, waiting to be discovered. After all this, have we solved the mystery of time? We can measure it precisely and understand its behavior, but the deepest questions remain. Is time fundamental, or does it emerge from something deeper? Why does time flow only forward? Why can't we remember the future? Physics works both ways, but our world has a clear arrow of time, linked to entropy and increasing disorder. The universe began in order and grows more chaotic, but why? Time shapes everything, from daily life to the cosmos. It's familiar, yet alien, a puzzle connecting us to ancient stargazers and future scientists. We've peeled back layers, but the core mystery endures. Exploring time is one of humanity's greatest adventures.